Coming to you from Little Rock, Arkansas, welcome to Sips on the Rock with Legacy Wine and Spirits. Join hosts and store owners Johnny Akins and David Bevins, along with product expert extraordinaire Jake Dell, as we chat about booze, news, and other happenings in the wide world of wine and spirits. Now, let's get to sipping.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sips on the Rock. We're good.
We don't need no stinking countdown.
I did not see the numbers flash. Welcome back once again to another special edition.
Welcome back, you two.
Oh yeah,
we've been gone.
We've been doing the Mulberry Mountain thing.
Lord,
Kids and their music festival.
Oh yeah,
still in
kids
recovery. String cheese theory and
string cheese theory
incident. Sorry, my brain's still a little bit there.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a big weekend.
Did you get caught in the mud? Did you wear sandals?
This time it didn't get muddy like it did.
We had some rain, but not near as bad as when we went back several years ago.
Yeah. I've had a Barnard experience like that.
Yeah.
You live and learn.
Definitely. Always take your muck boots. But yeah, so welcome. We have Mr. Carkuff here.
JT
with Heaven's Door. So Bob Dylan's brand, some of y'all might be familiar with it. Some of you might not be.
We've talked about it a couple times on the show.
We definitely have.
Big fans.
Oh, yeah. We have got this spectacular barrel pick we'll talk about later in the show. But for right now, let's let JT take off.
Yeah, first, I would like to say that I'm a fan of the show because I'm a traveling.
Nice.
I have a state of Tennessee, Kentucky, and Arkansas, so I'm always listening to you guys.
Very cool.
And I have to actually have a funny. It's affected my life. I was in Nashville and I came home from Kroger, and I'm a bourbon guy, and my wife is a wine. Like it's always that. And I came home and I had like some random local Nashville beers, and my wife was like, "We having company over?" I was like, "I don't think so. I'm not really sure why I've bought beer because I hardly ever do that." The next day in the car, I was like, "Those Little Rock guys." It's like I'm just trying new beers.
You know what? We're infectious.
So y'all brainwashed me on the road.
Good to hear. I'm glad to know it's working.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the brand manager for Heaven's Door for Tennessee, Kentucky, and Arkansas, and we got a lot of exciting things coming down the road. We just we're still making our Tennessee juice, which we'll have today, and then the barrel pick is Tennessee juice, but in 3 months or so, we'll have a Kentucky distillery that we're super excited about.
That is awesome.
We're really looking forward to that. Y'all need to go out online and look at Heaven's Door's new distillery that they're opening in Pleasantville?
Pleasureville. Yeah, even better.
Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of things you could do with that.
Terrific name. But yeah, I mean, just an absolutely stunning piece of property. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's around 200 acres. It's in old Daniel Boone's land, so it's like got 1,700 cabins from the 1700s.
Oh my gosh!
That eventually people will be able to stay in and stay the night in.
Take some metal detectors out there and find some cool stuff.
Oh yeah!
It's on 6 Mile Creek. There's a creek coming through it.
Wow.
But I was reading, it literally was like Daniel Boone and his brother's property.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so there's a lot of history to it, and it's kind of an old Kentucky way of making an old Kentucky distillery. It's kind of, if people in Kentucky, it's not like a new age downtown Louisville,
right,
in a metal box.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's old school farmland, Daniel Boone territory. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So yeah, really looking forward to that opening. We'll have to take a trip back to Kentucky.
We will
for sure. Y'all are holding out on
Oh yeah,
sorry. I told him to pass it down.
So what do we have here?
This one's our barrel.
Yes,
this is our barrel.
Yeah, so this is we have two different mash bills usually on our single barrel program. It's a 70-22-8, and this is 77-15-8, I believe. And we only did we do a couple finished secondary casts with rum, an Irish cast, and then a VDN wine barrel. Which apologies, whenever I gave it to you, I didn't think that it was in a wine barrel. So some more cases than
it's a huge barrel, big yield, but we love it. Just more of this whiskey
I dropped
to go
the ball
around.
on that. But so there's only this is from last year. There was only 2, and Dallas got 1, and you guys got 1.
Man,
and
we are so grateful.
Yeah,
Oh my
absolutely.
God.
yeah, so before we went on, I was like, I get a bottle every time I'm here because I drank my sample already. Yeah. So we which is this next year we're going to do kind of something different with our single barrels for the fall, and it still won't be a VDN. So you'll probably have the only VDN in the country other than Dallas for at least another 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I wish y'all could smell this.
I know.
Put it up to the microphone. Damage the equipment.
It is terrific.
We still have quite a bit of these bottles left.
Yeah.
It's dwindling though.
Yeah, it's dwindling, but
like I said, it's moving pretty quick, but we got so much that you can still get some.
Yeah, because I think whenever I usually, people buy a barrel, it's 30 to 28 cases, and this is basically almost double.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Central graciously let us put it on 2 different invoices, taken in 2 deliveries.
Yeah.
Yeah, but terrific stuff. And Father's Day, not too far off.
It is so smooth.
We had yesterday, I had another rep from another company come in, and he was talking up this bottle and was like, "You've got to try this. And he was like, "I've never seen that." I was like, "I've never even heard of it until we got it, and the dude bought a bottle, worked for a different whiskey company. And he's like, "I got to get some of this." Yeah.
That's a great compliment.
Yeah.
Because I was going to sample you on our just regular Tennessee juice.
Right.
You're like, no.
I was like, "No, you don't need to keep them. We want this." Yeah.
It was the easiest sale I've ever had.
Right.
So, one of my favorite things, because this is in the orange wine barrels, it lends very well to an old fashioned if you want to make a cocktail out of it, or just sip it neat. That's the proper way to go. But
you showed me the old fashioned, the local juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought one of those last time I was here.
Elrod's.
Elrod's
Elrod's.
old fashioned, made right here in Arkansas.
But yeah, smelling this, tasting it, doesn't take a genius to figure, oh yeah, this would be really damn good in an old fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, is it ever. So, got the new distillery coming. What's what different expressions are out now, and what's in the pike?
Well, right now, what we have here is we got the Tennessee Straight Bourbon. This is our everyday 70-22A. And you'll try the 10-year, which is one of our allocated bottles. It's 70. It's this guy, but just older.
Yeah.
And then our double barrel, which is probably our best seller because it plays a lot of different ways. It's 100 proof. We do really well in on-premise because of cocktail reasons. But it's a blend of 3 different barrels. It's this guy, our rye. And then we put it into another barrel, let it sit for another 6 to 8 months. So that's where it's probably around 7 to 8 years, but we can't call it that because we took it out of the barrel.
Right.
So we call it double barrel.
Okay. Gotcha. Sounds fair.
But we're actually the bottle's going to be changing with the new Kentucky distillery. We're still going to have, we distill in Columbia, Tennessee. It's about 45 minutes from Nashville at TDG. That's not going to change. We're going to have these 2 expressions going forward, but we're going to move to like the smaller compact, like the 10-year and the like your single barrel.
Okay.
And you'll see that when we do our tastings later. I have some sales sheets on that. But for this year, we have we're coming out with a Kentucky bourbon.
Very cool.
So it's going to be a blend of our stuff, but it's stuff that when we bought the distillery from 6 Mile Creek, it's going to be some of the juice that they already had there. So
Sure. Yeah.
So eventually it's going to be around 4 to 5 years.
Right.
But it's going to be some of our juice blended in that.
That's cool.
But we're coming to market with a Kentucky bourbon because we're opening up a distillery.
And that makes it really easy instead of opening a distillery there and having to wait or buying from MGP or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Can anybody else out there say that they have a Tennessee whiskey and a Kentucky bourbon?
Not at the moment.
That's awesome.
And not a distillery.
Right. Yeah.
And so we were 8 and some of the numbers of just bourbons were like 18th, and 12 of them had a distillery.
Wow.
And so we were doing that well without a distillery. So I think this, I say, put us in the big leagues, basically.
Yeah.
So having a destination. And we're having, I was telling y'all before, the downtown Louisville in the Nulu district is where we're opening up a church. It's going to be called like the Church of Bourbon. with a restaurant. Yeah,
That's really cool.
and we're gonna have
My kind of church.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. We might make some people mad, but everybody's making money from it. Yeah, but it's going to be like a tasting room. It's going to have an art gallery with all Bob's paintings because he does a lot, he does a lot of welding too with the gates. The gates that you see on the bottle are his actual gates that he's made for charity. And yeah, there's going to be a restaurant there called the Refuge, and because the church had an old basketball team from the 1920s called the Kentucky Refuge, and this was still the same basketball court on there too. So we're just going to clean it up, and you're going to basically have bourbon on a 100-year-old basketball court.
Wow!
Y'all just luck out and find some awesome properties.
Yeah, I don't know all that. I just do the bourbon.
Right.
Well, you were saying before we got on air, the bar at the church is going to be well stocked. Yeah,
we're. I think a lot of ways trending now in Kentucky is like you want to have the biggest biggest bourbon whiskey collection that you can see in front of your face. So people take pictures and tourists. It just kills on that one.
Yeah.
And so I think maybe Watch Hill proper is a place up in Kentucky that has like wall to wall. And we're going to do like a church of bourbon theme where it's cathedral like.
Pass out offering plates to
do a different way of communion.
Yeah, I was about to say I'd rather have the communion plate than the offering plate.
Yeah, I don't know what we would serve with it. Yeah, it's going to be. We're going to look for like 1,500 to 1,800 different bottles of bourbon whiskey.
My God, we think we got a lot here.
I mean, just whiskeys and bourbons. I mean,
y'all should definitely do a pod from there.
Yeah.
I will grab my mic and go.
Yeah, right. Gladly.
I'll take it. VIP treatment.
Might even take Jake.
Yeah. Play my cards right.
You're right.
Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, I think eventually, when we get our own Kentucky bourbon, I think that's whenever things will really. We'll see where we're at.
Yeah,
kind of. We proved ourselves in Tennessee, so now we got to prove ourselves in Kentucky, which is a pretty hard thing to do.
Well, and I think it's a little bit harder for a celebrity brand to prove themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. I mean, Bob Dylan owns 18% of our company. He likes to be a part of it in the creative aspect of it. He does have his opinions on, like, the double barrel is actually his brain.
Huh.
And he said that he wanted to, when he told our master distiller what he wanted, he said he wanted it to taste like an old wooden cabin that's been sitting out in the woods for like 25 years.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I kind of get that.
Right.
Yeah. Like, taste a cabin. But that's just how Bob is. So so you just nod yes.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to do it.
Yeah.
Imagine him being descriptive like that.
Right. But yeah, Bob's he's into a lot of different things. So it's we don't force him to be like the celebrity brand, like The Rock holding it together.
Yeah,
like
putting his face everywhere, make him do commercials.
We kind of play both sides that way, and then when it comes down to it, it's all about the juice anyway. So if your juice doesn't play, then they'll let you know.
Right.
Have you met him? Have you hung out with him?
I've on like 2 Zoom calls.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I've been from here at the Ryman. He did a show last year in March, and we were doing like a event. So it was like from here to here. But he's kind of an introvert, so he's just I'm not about to mock him.
Right.
Because he's going to watch this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's probably doing it right now.
So he wouldn't probably be interested in doing a Zoom tasting event.
No, we get him to sign some bottles every now and then. That's it.
Oh, that'd be cool. We need one of those.
Yeah.
We do. We have we pulled the bottle number 1 out of the legacy barrel and set it aside for us. That would be cool to have signed.
Yeah, we generally try to find bottle number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me start the emails.
Yeah. See what I can do for
you. You'll be like, who is this?
Yeah, right.
Big fan.
Yeah.
We're moving your whiskey.
Yeah.
That's worth an autograph.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
So what's in store for the next bootleg?
Yeah.
Well, the bootleg, that's still in the works.
Oh, yeah.
So I was actually trying to get a bootleg I was going to taste you on the new weeded bourbon, the bootleg 4, the red label.
Mm-hmm.
But it just got gobbled up. But we didn't have enough as like with the 13-year-old Kentucky that we did, Bootleg 3, which was my favorite. But this was a 11-year-old wheated bourbon. It was like 68. Let me do the math. 68, 20. Carry the 2. 68% wheat. That's what I remember. Yeah. Wow. But it got gobbled up so fast. And then, like how y'all talk about the secondary market, it's just like, not even worth it. Like, I'm not even sure if that's going to be, like when you take the Pappy and put sweet tea in it. And it's
$5,000.
Yeah. So if I look in every liquor store I go into, wine and spirits, I'm looking for them. Just in case.
The last this past year, we got, I think it was 2 bottles of the bootleg that we did in our whiskey lottery.
Yeah,
which is a nice allocation. And didn't the same guy get both bottles?
I don't remember. I know it wasn't that long ago, but it seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
I try to block the holidays out as the second it passes.
Yeah, it's a different world. I used to be on y'all's side. Like I've been doing this for 15 years. I started off at a wine and spirits, and then went and merchandised and ran a route for 8 years. Mm-hmm. So I've been on the distributor side and y'all's side during the holidays. It's hell.
It's hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, on the supplier side, I've done my work.
Right.
And I get to see my family.
Yeah, exactly.
So be home for Christmas.
I totally understand.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun for a few minutes, and then it's like, man, I'm tired.
Yeah,
I'm ready for this to be over. But it's hectic.
You want to try the 10-year?
Yeah,
let's do it.
Most certainly.
We need new. Is that a spit cup?
Dump cup if you need it. Yeah.
Dumped out my.
We just pass it around.
Old fashioned.
So this is what our labels are going to kind of transition to right here. This feels it's more clean cut, and we're still going to have the because each gate has its own little story behind it with each bottle, but which to be more uniformed. And we're actually changing this. We're kind of doing like the Whistle Pig thing does, is like the Tennessee bourbon is going to be called Revival because of the Heaven's Door church theme.
Right.
And Double Barrel is going to be called Revelation.
Huh.
And I'll show you when we get downstairs. And then the rye will be called the Refuge.
No.
But it'll still be the same juice. It's just a little, so it looks good on the shelves.
Yeah, uniformity.
Yeah. Give it a little bit more character to it.
I like it. I think it looks a little classier.
Yeah.
A little more cleaned up. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 10-year is actually 10 years, 8 months.
It's pretty amazing.
70, 22, 8.
Great nose on that.
Mm-hmm.
That brulee and that wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I feel like this guy I could taste this if anybody wants to say anything bad about Tennessee bourbon and how it's kind of like how MGP was. Not many people trusted him, and now people respect it,
right?
Because they had to build that respect.
Yeah,
and I feel like we're in the early stages of that in Tennessee. Of just we're rivals with Kentucky, in everything,
right? Yeah, right.
So when I would take my juice across state lines, they just like stick their nose up, like, get out of here.
We don't need any of your,
I don't need you, and I would have to be like, well, go Vols or something. Depends on what season it was.
Yeah.
I would time it out perfectly,
right?
Yeah, it's really hard, but I think when you do like taste tests like this, when I take this guy into Kentucky, they're like, oh, damn. You're like, I can see, like, because it's kind of comparable to how a Kentucky bow would do as far as like you said, the wood, the oak.
Well, and I think we've mentioned once or twice before, as opposed to the beer fans that are just happy-go-lucky, want to try any and everything.
You
have much more sticklers in the bourbon world.
More loyal.
Yeah, brand loyal.
They're brand loyalty,
no doubt.
And then they're just like stuck in their ways, which there's nothing wrong with that. And then, but you gotta build fans,
right?
There's so much good stuff out there in every column. Wine, whiskey, beer. Why limit yourself?
Right? Yeah, right.
Variety is the spice of life, baby.
It is. Yes, sir. And this is
awesome.
Yeah, really, really good.
Yeah. It's so soft. It melts in your mouth and just coats your entire.
And this actually is going to be, it's a decade series. So whenever this is gone, it's completely gone. And then we'll have a decade series 2, which should be coming out in October. It's going to be a 10-year rye. It's going to be our rye, but
nice
10 years, and try to keep that going, kind of like our bootleg series, but more. Our bootleg is stuff that we've created from buying other things.
Yeah,
but this is
a little more experimental.
Yeah, this is more us.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
So when is this 10-year allocation supposed to drop?
This should be. I have to talk to the Central guys.
Yeah,
but you should.
We can expect some.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I had to get the word from the horse's mouth. Like, we never know with allocated stuff. Like, you might get a couple bottles, I guess.
No, this is definitely available. I mean, it's not, maybe 50 to 100 cases,
right,
for Tennessee and Arkansas.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah,
it's like it's going to it's a lot
limited.
less. Yeah, limited.
Sure.
Well, we'll take what we can.
Awesome.
Get.
Yeah.
So, we got 2 of the bootleg last year, and we were very pleased with that. Super excited.
Now, I remember the Central guys were like, dang, we got. But I always forget because, Nashville, they get a little bit more than most because a lot of people are coming to town for music, not really bourbon, just got to take advantage of those tourists, basically. Yeah, I'll give you a heads up.
Cool. Nice. Well, Arkansas, we are a smaller population,
We know what we are.
We know
where we sit on the total.
There's nothing wrong with it. I just drove 5 hours and 30 minutes. I love this place.
Nice. And we appreciate it. Yeah, and actually, you'll be doing a tasting downstairs after this. Which, I always get tripped up when we're here doing the podcast. It's not going to actually hit until like
Tuesday.
Week. So I'm always like this weekend. Or,
right.
Trying to time it out.
Yeah.
I feel like most podcasts have that. They sometimes they remember, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Or how to future
exactly.
schedule.
Yeah,
even the biggest podcasts in the world, they're like, what?
Yeah.
Is it St. Patrick's Day? It was a month ago.
For us, it is. For you listening.
Yeah. It's difficult to keep up with.
Yeah.
But also necessary because, if we do live broadcast, there's always the occasional slip up.
We started off doing it, streaming it live on video. And there were some things that were said and gestures that were made that maybe not family friendly.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I might have said one bad word so far. So. I was at the Tennessee Arkansas game in 1998. If y'all want to get, if y'all want to really start cussing,
like they don't care. But I remember that game.
Every time I'm in town to see the Central guys, I try to bring it up because they always just roll their eyes at the stumble and fumble because I was on the other side of that.
Right. 99 was redemption, and it was sweet.
Right, that's true. But it was, I was there with my dad and my uncle, and my uncle was a grown man. He started crying. And my dad was a football coach, and he's like, "You just give it to anything could happen." He's like, but we assumed we were going to lose, and then oh man, the stumble.
I mean, the odds. Yeah, the odds.
I was 14, and I as you can see, I can remember it vividly. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up.
Hey, it's okay.
No, I was just talking crap about Kentucky. So now
equal opportunity.
Right.
And we delve off into the sports talk every now
and then.
Jake's the big sports fanatic.
I'm the resident hog.
Yeah, exactly. We let Jake take off with that.
Well, I figure we're in the South. I'm a Vol, and if you're a hog, then we have to bring it up at some point.
Sure. Yeah. Friendly rivalry. Yeah.
The maybe some of the locals are like, they're snapping their head back saying, what are they talking about?
Over a nice congenial whiskey.
Yeah. That's what it's supposed to be.
That's right.
That we keep going back to because it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It is really, really nice. I mean, I like the old fashioned in the orange cask one, but that one's a neat drinker for me.
Yeah, I think so
totally.
Too.
Yeah. Or just put it on a big rock and
one big cube. Yeah,
that's why this guy, the Tennessee Straight Bourbon, is kind of the closest thing you can get to it, but it doesn't have that the velvet,
right?
The oily finish. That can really take it over.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Thank you.
So, speaking of bottles and collections, with it being springtime, time for spring cleaning. Don't forget your bottles. Time to clear out your liquor cabinet. Something you opened like months ago, took a little sip out of, put it back on the shelf.
That's right.
Revisit.
I guess those people are out there.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people.
I'm not. But there are occasions when we'll look in our cabinet and say, man, we opened that cream like 4 years ago. So it's
Yeah.
probably needs to go.
Can't put this in the coffee.
Well, some of those bourbon groups, you see pictures, people posting of their collections, and like, my God, like just hundreds of bottles that they have in collection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, like, are you
gonna
gonna
drink
open?
it? Yeah.
I mean, just gonna sit there.
How many special occasions does one person have in their entire life?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, like talking about our church that's coming in downtown Louisville. It's like, who's going to manage all that? Like every bottle, it's like, it's going to be an elevator or a giant ladder or something, to get to that. Like,
We saw a friend of ours sent us a video clip. It's like a rotating bar. You know how like the jewelry cases had like this air trays?
It's like a whole wall.
Awesome. It was
Or
like
a laundromat.
And he's sitting there waiting for these bottles to come down. I was like, man, I hope they are not a fast-paced bar. Because
probably need to let them know about that idea.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But keeping inventory on that would be a pain in the ass.
I can't imagine.
Won't be my job.
So for those of you guys listening locally, when you do your spring cleaning on your bottles and stuff, don't forget that Legacy does recycling. So we've got recycle bins out back, and we can get rid of all that glass before you don't throw it in the trash.
They were plumb full this morning. I had to call for a pickup.
Plum full.
Yeah.
I had to toss a bottle in there, and I couldn't even close the lid. It barely even sat on top. So our recycling program is picking up some speed, which is a cool thing.
Yeah.
But so like I was saying, clear out your bottles. Come get some more. Be sure and dust them.
I'm like, are you building to something here with this?
Right.
No, just rotate your stock.
Sure. Yeah.
It's springtime. Time to get things cleaned up. Add with the old, in with the new.
Yeah. What other little tidbits do we have there on the board? We got a few more minutes left.
Okay, so
a couple of words.
Y'all can tell me your favorite beers that I can take home.
We can,
I'm just saying, I need to learn.
We'll
I need to
definitely
learn.
walk you through that.
I've learned a lot just listening to you guys.
So I do it like you can see our little.
I know, I saw that.
That sounds like a couple words up there. What's that about?
Why is that a show?
You know how sometimes life imitates, the big screen, art, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So there was a show a while back, Queen of the South, right? Anyone familiar with that?
Yeah.
It was a good show. Anyway, it was, let me get my notes. 10 tons of liquid methamphetamine captured off the coast of Mexico, hidden in tequila bottles.
Holy smokes.
Liquid
11,520 bottles the Mexican Navy seized. They,
God, I wonder what the value of that. I can't even imagine.
What do you do with it?
What do you do with it?
I mean, it was sell it. I mean, that's
Well,
going.
Well, I guess it's not. Yeah, as long as it's not your problem once you sell it.
Right.
I was really wondering where that was going because we put little show notes on the board behind us, so there's just a word meth on the thing, and I was like, "What in the hell?"
Sorry, I feel like I was talking over your headlines. Usually, I learn new things when I listen to you about cocaine and Coca-Cola.
Every week a new drug.
Yeah. There's always some little tidbit.
I'm getting the feel.
I get so many newsletters, and a lot of it's just boring industry stuff. But every now and then they'll throw in something crazy.
Yeah, we like to compile the hits for everybody.
Yeah.
I like it.
Filter through all the crap for you.
Texas man sentenced to life in prison for his 9th DWI.
Yeah,
9.
life in prison though for DWI.
I mean, like,
how old is he? 80?
Yeah, he
How do you
was
have a
he was
license?
older, but not like
Which one
ancient.
doesn't?
I don't know.
Was it all driving cars? Like,
Yeah,
He started flying planes.
and there were
bicycles?
accidents involved. I mean,
Bird scooters?
I don't think that anything was.
Right.
I don't think anyone got severely injured or anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, by your 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th DWI, you've probably got a problem.
You'd think.
Yeah.
But is life in prison the answer to that?
I mean,
Well,
Who
I
are
mean,
we,
how do you keep them off the
house
road?
arrest?
Yeah.
House arrest. I mean,
House
maybe.
arrest, I could see
Or
that.
you can't drink anymore?
I mean, I don't know. It seems like surely by that point someone's tried rehab.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sure there was
Measures taken before that.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a logical reason why. It was done,
I'm sure everybody's tried their
it seems
different ways.
We just can't get through to you.
right. You're just going to go to prison for the rest of your life.
But it was a jury that sentenced him. So,
So what else we got? Cinco de Mayo's coming up.
Cinco de Mayo. By the time you hear it, we will be in the week of Cinco de Mayo.
Next week, that's right. So on Tuesday. So
Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
We're not a part of that yet. I was kind of bummed. I was like, we gotta kind of.
I bet it's hard to break into there for a brand like
is.
a whiskey brand.
It's
Right.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll get to go in there.
Yeah.
Big head.
Yeah.
So yeah, our Whataburger next door here. They just opened this Whataburger yesterday, and my God, the
First
lines
one
have
in
been
Central
crazy.
Arkansas. Everybody's freaking out.
Oh, they are freaking out.
Yeah,
We
I'm
got
not gonna-
one like 6 months ago, and it was like they had to have cops.
Yeah,
They're doing the same thing.
Directing traffic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been a line going down Chanel Parkway, a line going down behind the store. I mean, it's been insane. This morning I went through, just happened to get there at the right time, and I was able to get, actually into the parking lot.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have waited in line. I'm not
Right,
gonna wait in
right.
line for fast food. But
Yeah.
like I went through, got breakfast this morning. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, the breakfast is good. And Rachel's like, yeah, they have a real egg on their, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit instead of that like fake eggy, like
I
McDonald's.
like the fake eggy.
Of course
I like
you do.
the folded egg.
Warming up in the microwave.
Sous vide it.
Yeah.
It's solid for fast food. Nothing to freak out
Yeah,
about.
but I'm not going to wait a solid
Yeah, no,
hour
I would not.
to get it.
Not for any
It's
fast
like
food.
Fancy Sonic to me or something.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you stopping in and visiting
Yeah,
with us. And
thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm sure your tasting event's going to be a big success downstairs in just a little bit.
Okay.
Don't forget, folks, Cinco de Mayo next Friday, the 5th.
We'll have another tasting on Cinco de Mayo of the highly anticipated Tequila High Noon.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we were doing that.
I hadn't had
So,
Yeah.
yep.
They are new.
Come in on Friday.
hot
You
stuff.
can taste some
So
new.
they're not even in the store yet, are they?
They're not. They will be next week.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right, folks. Well, thanks for listening in. Thanks for watching. We thank you for being
Thanks,
here.
JT.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very
Delicious.
much.
Yeah.
We'll see
All
you
right.
next time. Keep on sipping.
Bye.
Remember to subscribe to our podcast, Sips on the Rock, and like us on all the socials to keep up with what's new in the wide world of alcohol. Shop LegacyLR.com for curbside pickup or local delivery. Remember, for better service and better selection, shop local. Please enjoy responsibly. Cheers.